Good morning, my name is Eddie from the Daily Informer, here to give you unbiased news updates on what's happening around the world. Turning now to developments across the globe. First, the military branch of Iran conducted strikes against targets in Bahrain and Kuwait, including a United States Navy fleet base. This action followed United States military strikes against Iranian infrastructure near the Strait of Hormuz. Those United States strikes were in response to a strike on a container ship flying the flag of Singapore. Also near the Strait of Hormuz, an oil tanker flying the flag of Panama was hit by projectiles. In response, the United States military conducted strikes against Iranian positions, including communication systems, air defense sites, and drone storage locations. Meanwhile, the Ocean Ministry of South Korea reports that 2 vessels operated by South Korean companies passed through the Strait of Hormuz. The ships had been unable to move through the area for months due to the conflict. In Lebanon, a representative of a political and military group rejected a framework agreement signed by Israel and Lebanon. The agreement requires the group to disarm before Israeli military forces withdraw. In the conflict between Ukraine and Russia, the Security Service of Ukraine announced a strike on an oil pumping station in the Vladimir region of Russia. This action is part of a campaign directed by the President of Ukraine. In Sudan, the armed forces announced the recapture of a town in North Darfur from a paramilitary group during an offensive with Allied forces. Next, let us look at events in arts and culture. Over 10,000 people gather at the Budapest Pride in Hungary, the first Pride March in the city since former Prime Minister was voted out in April. The event occurs following attempts by the Orban government to ban the event and amidst a heat wave in Europe. Moving on to health and environmental updates, parts of Europe are experiencing high temperatures. Germany recorded a temperature of 106.7 degrees Fahrenheit in Saxony-Anhalt, which led to the closure of a highway near Berlin due to damaged concrete. The Czech Republic recorded a temperature of 105.08 degrees in Doksany, and Denmark recorded a temperature of 98.6 degrees in the Aarhus municipality. Next, let us look at political updates from around the world. In Serbia, the president announced an intention to resign within weeks and plans to call for early presidential and parliamentary elections. In Australia, the government introduced legislation to increase financial penalties for social media companies that do not enforce an age restriction for users under the age of 16. In Argentina, the cabinet chief and government spokesperson resigned from office. Finally, turning to sports news. At the Men's Soccer World Cup, Lionel Messi, a forward and captain for Argentina, became the first male player to score in 7 consecutive World Cup matches during a victory over Jordan. Also at the tournament, the team representing the Democratic Republic of the Congo advanced to the elimination stage for the first time following a victory over Uzbekistan. Thanks for joining us today. Remember, stay informed, but don't let fear do your thinking for you.